everybody, I'm here with another lesson. If you saw my No Future lesson from the Blink-182 album California, thanks for checking it out. Since I put that up, I've had a couple people look at my other covers that I've done, and some people have asked about how to play some of the things in my Boxcar Racer covers, which I'm super pumped that you guys asked about because I love that band and that album, and it's pretty solid. It's one of my favorite albums. So I'm really glad people asked about it because the drumming on that is superb. This lesson is about the Tiny Voices bridge. So the main thing going on with this beat is Travis is playing an ostinato, splitting eighth notes between the hi-hat with his foot and the ride cymbal. So every downbeat, or 1, 2, 3, and 4, is with the hi-hat, and every and of the beat is on the ride. And then the actual beat is being played over that. So what that ostinato is going to sound like is just going to be like this. And that's really weird if you're not used to doing something like that. Because nobody's really used to playing upbeats on the ride like that. So, first of all, we're going to work on doing that. But the bass and snare part that gets played on top of that there's a little improvising going on, but for the most part, it's an actual beat. For the first measure, he's got the bass drum on beats 1, the end of 3 and 4, and he's got the snare on the end of 2. So without this hi-hat ride ostinato going on, the beat is just going to be like this. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That was the first measure twice. That repeats in the third measure. The second measure has the bass drum on beat 1 and the end of 3, while the snare is on the end of 2 and 4. And so that is going to go like this. This is just the second measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The fourth measure is the one where he kind of plays around with the beat a little bit. He'll throw in like a little ghost note here and there. But for the most part, we're just going to stick with what the fourth measure is on the transcription. And that has the snare on the end of 1 and 3, and then the bass on 4 and the end of 4. So that's going to go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you're looking at the transcription while I'm talking about this, I'm leaving out the ghost notes, so don't worry about those. So, now that you have gotten each measure on its own, I'm just going to play the bass and the snare part straight through without the hi-hat or the ride. So I'm going to play the first 4 measures. I will do it twice, just so you can hear how the beat is going without the hi-hat or ride going on top of it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So, you got some snares on downbeats, you've got some snares on upbeats. So it's going to be lining up with the ride, and it's going to be lining up with the hi-hat, just depends on where you're at. So, if you are really uncomfortable trying to play this because of what's going on with the hi-hat and the ride, we can break it down and do like piece by piece to try to get that comfortable for you. So, I am going to play the hi-hat and the ride with just the bass drum. We're going to leave the snare out, you're just going to get used to how the bass drum feels with that ostinato, and I will play the first 4 measures again twice in a row. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Once you can do that, then we're going to leave the bass drum out. We're just going to put the snare over that so we can see how that lines up with the ostinato. So same thing, first 4 measures played twice in a row. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So we have played just the hi-hat and the ride part together. We have played just the bass and the snare together. We have played just the bass with the hi-hat and the ride, and just the snare with the hi-hat and the ride. So the only thing left to do is put it all together. So once you can do all of those things and feel comfortable with it, and keep your right hand going on the ands and not get messed up by that, then I would say try to put it all together. So leaving out the ghost note again, we're gonna play the first 4 measures, play it twice, everything. It's gonna go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... All right, once you can play that, you're probably like, sweet, I can do it. No, you can't, it's way faster than that. So the next step is gonna be speed it up, get comfortable with that, but at least you're well on your way. You can then move on in the next couple ways. You can either just take the skeleton of the beat, which is what I just played, and work on speeding that up, or you can start adding in the ghost notes and random China hits, splash hits, or crash hits, and work that up slowly, and then try to speed everything up as you go. Totally up to you. There is really no benefit either way. You will get there eventually either way. So work on speeding it up. When you start working in the ghost notes, if you're not comfortable or if you're unfamiliar playing ghost notes, and that is kind of awkward for you, don't worry about making them softer. Just play them like a normal snare hit just so you can get the coordination down. And once you can do that, then you can work on the dynamics and getting those stick heights down. There are some random crashes, not random, but there are some crashes, splashes, chinas throughout this beat. And so the problem with that is if you are training your right hand just to play the ands, you can still do that. You can hit the splashes or chinas or crashes or whatever with your left hand, but maybe you have your china over here like me, and that's not really gonna work. So you may have to play the and of 4 and then play the downbeat and then play the and of 1 again. You can do whatever you want, there's no rules, whatever is comfortable to you. There's a few parts where instead of playing a ride cymbal, Travis will get all crafty on us and move his right hand to a different part of the kit and play like a rack tom. That's okay, you're still doing the same motion, you're just moving it around. If that feels weird to you and it messes you up, just slow it down, work through it, and you'll be fine. There's a fill in here, which is, I believe, measure 22 on the transcription that I provide. There's a bunch of ghost notes and a bunch of accents. The fill is gonna go like this. I play all the accents with my right hand and all the ghost notes with my left hand. And the fill is gonna sound like this. And a 2E, and a 3E, and a 4E, and a... It's a very Travis Barker fill. It's fun to play, good stuff, good left-hand workout with the ghost notes. And it's much faster than that as well. But that's how it is slow, and then you can use your metronome, speed it up, and just have fun with it. See where you can take it. It's a really fun part. If you have not seen the cover, I will have a link to that in the description for this as well, and you can go check it out and see what it all sounds like. You can hear what it sounds like without me playing it, but if you want to see what it looks like, you can go watch my cover and see what it looks like as you listen to it as well. I hope that helps. Please let me know if it did or not. And if it didn't, I will do everything I can to clear anything up for you. I will see you guys later. Thanks for checking it out.